For my micro adventure, I decided to hike the Polecat Loop in the Boise foothills. It's about 30 minutes away from my house, and I did it on Monday, the 20th of May. So I was getting ready, I was packing all of my things. I noticed that it was warm outside, so I didn't want to forget sunblock. So I packed my bag and I put snacks in it and water, and then also a leash because I decided to take my dog. He is 2 years old and he is a small dog. He's a Yorkie Maltese Shih Tzu mix. So he's pretty small. The first core competency I used was the second one, which is self-awareness and professional conduct. I was aware of other people while I was hiking. Social distancing rules still apply even when you're in the outdoors, so I made sure that when I saw someone coming the other way or someone who wanted to pass me, that I would get far enough off the trail to be 6 feet away and they could pass safely. And I would only go in a straight line so that I wouldn't damage the sides of the trail, because it's unethical to tramp around the trail instead of on it. So I watched my step and made sure that everything would be okay. I also used core competency 3, which is decision making and judgment. While hiking, I realized that my dog was getting a little too hot because he does have black fur, so it absorbs a lot of the sun. And I decided to pick him up and carry him for the rest of the hike. So he only walked about a mile, and I carried him for the other 5. That was my decision so that he wouldn't get too tired and we wouldn't have to turn around. I also made the decision to cut the hike a little bit short because it was pretty hot and I didn't want him to be out in the heat anymore. The next core competency I used was number 5, which is environmental stewardship. I demonstrated this by packing bags to carry his poop in if he needed it. And also carrying that out with me instead of leaving the bag on the field or leaving just the poop on the field. It's ethical to pack out what you have packed in, and no one wants to smell dog poop on their lovely hike. So I made sure to do that, and he did go to the bathroom. So I did have to pick it up and throw it in the trash can after our hike. As for leadership, I was the designated leader for the trip. I planned it out and prepared all the necessary things and made sure that everything would be okay. So I was just the leader of my dog and I on this adventure. I made sure to be educated on the area we were going to, as well as being courteous to others and making sure that others around us felt comfortable, and because of the recent pandemic. The major decision I decided was to take a different path that would be a shorter walk than the full loop. There were, I believe, 2 paths that cut through the loop to make them shorter hikes, and I decided to do that because I realized I was getting a little sunburnt and my dog was getting pretty hot. One of the minor decisions I made was to pick him up and carry him. So I'm on the hike. Moose got way too tired and way too hot. So now he's riding on my back. Look at this. I don't even have to hold on to him. He's very good at holding on. And then this is the view. It's actually super pretty. Yeah. I had seen other hikers carry dogs on their back, so I had him right on my back like this. He was on my backpack and my back, and he hung on quite well. So that was one of my minor decisions, just to save his energy and hopefully cool him down. Another minor decision I made was to bring a little tiny jar for him to drink out of. So I would pour out of my water bottle into this little tiny jar, and it seemed to work really well because he doesn't drink a lot of water, so I wasn't wasting a lot of water. I was able to drink more, and he was able to drink just as much as he needed. The Polecat Trail is on the Polecat Reserve land, which is managed by the Bureau of Land Management as well as the city of Boise. It is a nonprofit and has 7 miles of hiking for those in the community to help bring out outdoor recreation to help protect the environment. I made sure to pick up all of my dog's poop, as well as watch my trash consumption and make sure that any snacks I ate or anything went into my bag and not onto the ground. If I did see trash, I did pick up some trash along the way, like a plastic water bottle and a little wrapper, which was no big deal. It's not that hard to pick up things along the way to help make the place better for other people. Overall, this was a great experience. I ended up forgetting sunblock. So that's why I had to cut the trip a little bit short. But overall, I had a lot of fun, and hiking with my dog on my back was actually a lot more fun than I expected it to be. That way I didn't have to carry him in my hands because my hands would have gotten tired. I would do this hike again, but maybe with friends instead of just my dog.
We're going downhill so you can finally go. It's been long.